welcome to the Enchanted Oak Farm. So, a couple weeks ago we were watching Simple Life in Alaska, which we love, or Life in Alaska, Off-Grid Living, and the couple, and I can't remember their first name, so I apologize.
Eric and Arielle.
Eric and Arielle?
Yeah.
Good for you. You have like a photographic memory. I don't, clearly. But they were making these little energy bites, you know, out of oats and dried fruits and nuts and whatnot. And it inspired me to make our own. So last week I made a batch and ate most of them during the week, and found that not only are they're super delicious, but when I'm out and I'm driving, or even when I'm not, when I'm, you know, even here, if I don't want to sit down and make a sandwich or make a meal, but I need to keep going, I can grab 2 of these energy bites and it holds me over for 2 to 3 hours. So I'm going to share with you how I make them. And you know what? These ingredients, they're not locked in stone. You can do whatever you want. Add, remove, omit, just whatever, you know, appeals to you. And what I'll do is I'll just, I'll leave in the description, I will put the ingredients that I used in making these, and about how much, you know, as far as cups and that of ingredients. But last week when I made them, I didn't even measure. I just, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and they came out superb. So I'm going to try to replicate that today. And what I did, and I'm going to just leave the screen for a second, is I put about 4 cups of oats, red mill rolled oats, on a cookie sheet with some red mill coconut flakes, unsweetened coconut flakes, and I put them in the oven at 325, and I toasted them off for about 20 minutes, and now I'm going to take them out and let them cool. So there it is. But they do need to cool quite a bit before I mix them with everything else, because it'll melt the coconut oil. And I totally forgot that was going to happen. So I have some chopped almond pieces. These are organic. And again, I don't measure. I just go, oh, how much would be really yummy in that? Yeah, maybe like a cup. And then I add some chopped dates. I don't measure, just throw some in there. They're so good. So good. Roasted sunflower seeds. They are salted. I like that little salt and sweet mix. Raisins. Brown sugar, probably like, I don't know, half a cup. I don't need a lot. I'm also going to add honey, peanut butter, coconut oil. Here's my honey. It's a raw, natural, floral honey. And I could just use straight honey. Oops, shouldn't be licking my fingers, but we're the only ones eating these, so. And now I'm going to add about a cup of coconut oil, which is about what's left in this container. I'm going to use the KitchenAid, the flat paddle, to do the mixing, because it can get pretty difficult. When you're old like me. I'll tell you, I never thought I would be quickly approaching 60 so fast. When they tell you youth is fleeting, and I don't mean to be a killjoy, like, man, they weren't kidding. My mom used to say it, and I'd be like, oh, Mom, stop. You are a Debbie Downer. I don't want to think about it. And then all of a sudden you're there, and you're like, you know, I went from having toddlers to my oldest daughter's almost, you know, she's quickly approaching 40, for goodness sakes. And my youngest, let's see, Nikki, she's 34. It's kind of crazy. Oh, so now I'm adding a all natural peanut butter. And you know what? I am going to throw the hot oats in here. It doesn't really matter because then I'll just put it all in the refrigerator. I'll let it set up, cool down for about an hour. And then now, if Carl was in here, he'd be asking me why I'm not doing this at the sink. I do normally, so that if I make a mess, I can just scoop it right into the kitchen sink. But I don't want to have to move the camera, so here you have it. Look how nice and toasted the coconut flakes are. These are really big coconut flakes. I love it. Carl's not such a huge fan of coconut flakes. But he's not the one who eats these primarily. It's me. And I'll tell you what, they're so delicious. They're way better than grabbing a Snickers bar with full of processed crap or God knows what else is in there that your government allows for toxins and bad stuff. At least with this, you know what you're getting. And I'll tell you, it quelches any craving you might be having for like a chocolate bar. It really does. All right, now I'm gonna, Carl, your tea water boil. Pardon the noise. Now I'm gonna put anybody else have issues with getting their bowl to like snap on? I don't know if I just happen to get a lemon or if this is just how they are. I have an old, oh, for crying out loud. I have an old KitchenAid. It's like, oh my gosh, better than 35 years old, but it's much smaller and it still works great. But I bought this one because I like to bake bread and I like to make a lot of bread. And this does it in half the time, the mixing, the kneading, and all that. It helps if you plug the KitchenAid in. I've heard. All right, here we go. And there you have it. I'll give you a close-up. That's just a big bowl of scrumptiousness. And then when I'm done with this, after it's cooled in the fridge, even at room temperature, you know, and put it out back, but the deer might get it. After it's cooled off, then I'll just take and I'll roll them into little balls. They're about 2 inches in diameter. And then I'll put them on a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet, throw them in the freezer, and once they've really solidified, then I'll put them into a Pyrex container and I'll store them in the freezer. And every day I just grab what I need for the day and put them in another container and bring them with me. And then I just have these great snacks. I don't have to stop anywhere. I'm not eating crap. And it gives me energy and so delicious. So there you have it. Just, I hope I've inspired someone to just make your own snacks for yourself, for your kids. They're healthy and they're delicious. All right. Thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing, we'll have more content going forward, whether it's farm content, barn, horses, any of that. There'll be more. Hit subscribe, hit like. We really appreciate it. We appreciate everyone who does take the time to watch. Have a fabulous day and God bless.